Good evening and welcome. You're watching The Social Network. I'm Rishika Barwa. The online tutoring company Byju's has stopped all advertisements featuring its brand ambassador Shah Rukh Khan amid the ongoing investigation against Aryan Khan. This, according to an Economic Times report. NDTV has written to Byju's requesting for an official comment on their decision, but they haven't responded just yet. Now, it appears, however, that the brand took this decision after outrage on social media to ban and boycott Shah Rukh Khan, with several users questioning a children's tutoring app on how they can continue to have an association with Shah Rukh Khan as a brand ambassador since his son has been accused in a drugs case. The key word here being accused. Now, the accounts have also tweeted posters, interestingly, of Pathaan, calling for a ban on the film in the same breath. This isn't the first time, however, that a Khan has been dropped. According to a report in the Indian Express in 2016, Snapdeal was forced to dump Aamir Khan under pressure from the BJP IT cell chief over his intolerance remark. He was also dropped as the Incredible India ambassador after a 10-year-long stint with the government. The question that we're asking tonight, well, what do we make of brands bowing down to right-wing sponsored hate online? And what do we make of this narrative? Harish Bijur, a brand expert, and Mayank Shekhar, a film critic, are with us on the show. Thank you very much for being with us. Harish Bijur, to you first. Brands very quick to respond to criticism online, and we've seen a very concerted campaign against Shah Rukh Khan online. We reported it, interestingly, on the social network earlier as well. When the first posters of Pathaan came out, there was a ban SRK sentiment. There was a lot of pushback to that. With, SRK, India Star and all of that trending very quickly to sort of counter that anti-SRK narrative. But needless to say, after the Aryan Khan case, this is blown up once again. What do you make of Byju's decision to stop all advertisements for now with Shah Rukh?
Oh, well, when I look at Byju's decision on Shah Rukh Khan, I think it was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. It was a bit too fast, a bit too quick, because the jury was out there as to whether what happened was correct or not, whether Aryan Khan was actually guilty of what he did. If he was guilty of what he did, it certainly is unpardonable. What is the relationship between father and son in the brand endorsement circuit? I mean, these are key issues. Byju's did not wait for that. And so to that extent, I think Byju's jumped the gun. But I don't blame brands for jumping the gun, because brands live in the space of social media today. We live in social media and we thrive in social media, and a few comments on social media which spew the cancel culture or the ban culture, we're very worried, and therefore the brand jumped the gun. But I think Byju's is sitting on the wall at this point of time, and you could get decisions of any kind from them depending on what comes out from the case.
No, I mean, ultimately, it's a brand's decision on what they decide to do, with their ambassador. Shah Rukh, of course, has been with Byju's since 2017. But before I bring Mayank into the conversation, I just want to ask you, what do you make of the fact, and the reason I brought up the fact that even banned Pathaan posters were trending, the day there was this whole trend against Byju's to drop Shah Rukh, is because it clearly appears to be, a redux of what one saw in 2016 with Aamir Khan over the intolerance comments. And the Indian Express had carried a report even at that time where they'd said that it was clearly under pressure from the BJP IT cell. Is there a culture, a trend to respond to right-wing sponsored hate online? Because essentially, isn't this just feeding to the hate narrative?
Well, I'll put it this way, that it's just not these two stars that have gotten into the cancel culture or ban culture. There have been 9 other stars. Deepika Padukone herself got into this tizzy for a while. This keeps happening all the time. The key issue is this, that brands live in a pragmatic era. Brands have to be pragmatic about their customers. Brands have to listen to their customers. Now, whether their customers are asking for this or whether their non-customers are asking for this, that is a different question. Because, in social media, there are 3 kinds of people. One is the real human being, the real consumer. The second is the fake human being, or the motivated person who's put out there to troll people. And the third is the bot. Now, will you listen to your bot? Will you listen to the trolls? Or will you listen to your real consumers? That is the brand dilemma at the end of the day.
Right. And I think those lines blur at a lot of levels. So it's really hard while you put that categorization here online, it's really hard to tell one from the other typically. Mayank Shekhar, what do you make of this entire controversy? We reached out to Byju's. They haven't, responded officially to this, but we know that this ad campaign has been paused. This isn't the first time it's happening. What do you make of brands sort of, picking up and dropping stars because of online pressure?
Well, I think one thing that's, firstly, we are not too sure whether they've taken an official call on this, because I did watch a Byju's ad with Shah Rukh Khan in it yesterday night when KBC was on television. So clearly he's still there. Second, I think when we speak brands, isn't branding a notional value, right? I mean, the brand value is a notional thing. And certainly 5 years ago, I hadn't heard of Byju's, but everyone in the world knew about Shah Rukh Khan. If anything, at that notional level, Shah Rukh Khan is a bigger brand than Byju's is. And I don't mean here revenues and incomes and profits. I mean generally the perception, right? He's been around for 30 years. He's seen generations of fans. Are these trolls, as it were, some of them being real, some of them being fake, are they in a position to actually diminish a brand of that nature and so soon? I would be really, really surprised, honestly. And also depends on exactly what is it that the brand stands for and what is it that the brand is being accused of. To the best of my knowledge, unless there is something else that is not in, it is not in public domain.
Right.
I mean, here is a boy, the son of a star, who nothing was found on him to begin with. He was with another person, and they found I think 6 grams of hashish. I think you'll find 6 grams of hashish in every sadhu in most sadhus in if you went to Banaras.
I deliberately don't want to delve into the details of the case because we've laid that out threadbare. But for the benefit of our viewers, does this hurt Bollywood? I know you said at the outset that Shah Rukh is a bigger brand than Byju's. He'll be relatively unscathed. But, aren't brands in a certain sense, in this case, guilty of feeding into this narrative of online hate? And there has been several anti-Shah Rukh trends, and this happened before Aryan Khan's arrest or, before he was accused in this drugs case. Do you think brands in a certain sense are perhaps overindulging in this online hate?
Well, not just brands, right? Also people at large in general, viewers, audiences. It really depends on how seriously are you going to take stuff that happens on social media, right? Everyone out there has equal power, and everyone out there, as punishment, sets out to cause economic ruin. Boycott this, boycott that. I don't know what they bring to the table. They can keep boycotting things, but what do they themselves create, right? So, I mean, to what extent can you turn that into a metric, and how many people would actually stop watching a Shah Rukh Khan film because boycott a particular film is trending online, right? I don't think it's affected anything so far. People who did not watch, say, Gunjan Saxena as a film is really their loss. It was a really good movie, right? And I think with entertainment, I don't think.
So you're saying it's not hurting Bollywood? Is that the gist of what you're saying?
I think what they're trying to do, and these are troll armies online, they're trying to hurt Bollywood because there's a perception, and of course there is a Hindu-Muslim angle to this, and there's a perception in their head that this is one of those professions where Muslims have done considerably, relatively better over time in the film industry. So they'll keep trying.
I'll ask very, very briefly, Harish Bijur, I'll ask you to end here because, the flip side is also true that it's hurt Byju's in a certain way because there have also been enough and more people this Twitter storm has had both sides of the spectrum, right? So there have been enough and more people who've also talked about the fact that, Byju's greatly benefited from Shah Rukh being there. So this is very opportunistic. And they've also, called out the brand on being guilty to sort of giving this online hate a platform that it doesn't really deserve. So do you think it's in a certain sense also worked against the brand?
Oh, yes, for sure. Because, brands also suffer. It's just not the star, the brand endorser. If Shah Rukh suffers, Byju's also suffers. If there are 80 people saying that Shah Rukh did wrong and you must remove Shah Rukh, possibly 20 are saying that Byju's is wrong. So I think, this keeps happening. But the key point, moot point is that over the last several years, maybe say 4 to 5 years, we have a collective of battered brands in India which have emerged. These are the biggest brands in this country, some of the best brands. I think it's time for brands to develop a spine and to really get into social media and find out who is the real consumer who's complaining, who is the bot, and who is the person who is not a real person. And then brands need to develop a spine for themselves basis that.
All right. Well, I'm going to end this conversation on that note. Thank you both very much for joining us on the social network. Well, moving on, at its peak in 2020, TikTok had 200 million users in India. What made TikTok tick was the vast proliferation of the app to rural India and small towns. The ban in June 2020 was a huge blow for Indian creators, especially in small towns and villages. While they have found a new home in India's TikTok clones, some have been, even been given salaried jobs with these new Indian apps. But we'll be joined by erstwhile TikTok stars on the show who will tell you that it's just not the same. Now, why? Instagram, for instance, which largely replaced TikTok in a certain sense, has also displaced our small town creators. Instagram is often guilty of being too elite, too polished, too perfectly groomed, demanding even a higher video quality. Many of our rural influencers, you'll realize, don't even have such high quality phones to be able to meet the quality check requirement. Now, a flood of short video apps like Josh, ShareChat, MX Takatak, Tiki and Moj have actually filled the void to a large extent, especially in the small town market. Today we're joined by some very special guests. Mahesh from a village called Lonar in Maharashtra, Anuj from Sitapur in Uttar Pradesh and Mamta from Manpur in Madhya Pradesh. They're all erstwhile TikTok influencers who had several million followers, but they are struggling to match up to those numbers on other apps like Instagram. Take a look at some of their work and then we'll talk to them. Alright, so joining me on the show this evening, we have Mahesh Kapse. He's a social media influencer from Lonar in Maharashtra. We have Mamta Verma, a social media influencer, joining us from Manpur in Madhya Pradesh, and Anuj joining us from Sitapur in Uttar Pradesh. He's also a social media influencer. We're also being joined by Washib Khan, founder and CEO of Grynow Influencer Marketing. And in a short while from now, we'll be joined by Rahul Kalal. He's also an influencer marketing expert. Thank you all very much for being with us on the show. Mahesh, मैं आपसे सबसे पहले पूछूंगी, आप लोनार महाराष्ट्र से हैं, आपके जो टिकटॉक पे फॉलोअर्स थे वो 1 मिलियन से ज्यादा थे एंड इंस्टाग्राम पे इतनी बात नहीं बन पा रही है, आपको ऐसे क्यों लगता है?
क्योंकि मैं जब टिकटॉक पे था तो मैंने एक्चुअली एक से 1.5 महीना टिकटॉक यूज किया था। तब मैं बिल्कुल नया था और टिकटॉक से मैंने स्टार्ट किया था वीडियो बनाना। तो मुझे लगता है कि ज्यादातर जो लोग हमारे जो स्मॉल विलेज है वहाँ के जो लोग हैं वो ज्यादातर यूज करते थे टिकटॉक, यानी सभी लोग यूज करते थे। और अभी जो इंस्टाग्राम है, इंस्टा पे जो सिटी है तो सिटी में जो लोग हैं वही ज्यादातर यूज करते हैं। जो हमारे स्मॉल विलेज के लोग हैं वो ये यूज नहीं कर पाते हैं क्योंकि
आप कह रहे थे, आपने मुझे महेश पहले बताया था कि आपके गांव में तकरीबन सारे लोग जो हैं वो टिकटॉक यूज करते थे, बट इंस्टाग्राम लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता है। ऐसा क्यों लगता है आपको?
क्योंकि हमारे गांव में जो लोग वो ज्यादातर पढ़े हुए नहीं होते, तो और जो टिकटॉक था वो सिंपल यूज करने के लिए सिंपल था, बस वीडियो आगे लेना होता था। और जो इंस्टा पे है तो इंस्टा पे आईडी बनाना और ये सब कुछ थोड़ा हार्ड है, तो इसलिए हमारे गांव के ज्यादातर लोग टिकटॉक यूज करते थे और इंस्टा पर बहुत कम लोग हैं।
आपने मुझे ये भी बताया था महेश, जो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग था, आप कह रहे आप आर्टिस्ट हैं और टिकटॉक पे आपको बहुत प्रमोशन मिला, बहुत सेलिब्रिटीज ने आपका काम शेयर किया, आपका काम खरीदा आपके टिकटॉक को देख के, बट इंस्टाग्राम पे ऐसा नहीं होता है। आपको क्यों लगता है?
मैं टिकटॉक पे जो वीडियोस बना था मैं, तो मुझे बहुत सारे सेलिब्रिटीज ने ट्वीट किया था टिकटॉक पे उसी एक महीने में। मगर अभी इंस्टा पर मैं 1-1.5 साल हो चुका है इंस्टा पर मैं वीडियोस बना रहा हूँ, पर एक भी मतलब यहाँ पे अभी ड्यूट का ऑप्शन आ चुका है, बट यहाँ पे मतलब सेलिब्रिटीज ड्यूट नहीं होता है, वो मुझे पता नहीं क्यों नहीं करते, बट यहाँ पे नहीं हो रहा वैसा, तो इसीलिए मतलब बहुत मुश्किल हो रही है हम जैसे जो आर्टिस्ट है उनको आगे बढ़ने की।
Okay, very interesting. You know, before I bring in Anuj and Mamta into the conversation, Vashib, if I can just request you to sort of lend a little bit of perspective as somebody who understands this influencer marketing space. It's very interesting because an artist like Mahesh has not been able to garner the same kind of popularity, support, or even orders for his art that he did on TikTok as, you know, it's just not the same for him on Instagram. Why do you think so?
Yeah, Rishika, so there are mainly two reasons. Firstly, the audience is kind of different. And secondly, the reason is the algorithm on which Instagram works and TikTok works is completely different. You know, Instagram is kind of having that tier 1 and tier 2 audiences, and TikTok was mainly having tier 3, tier 4 audiences. So if you talk about Mahesh, so this thing is not about Mahesh, it's about a lot of creators. Like, you know, the people who are having that kind of audiences, and now they are making content since last 2 years. They are not getting that kind of reach, or we can say engagement on Instagram, because Instagram Reels is catering to different kind of audiences.
Right. You know, there's a lot that's been written about how Instagram is perhaps too elite in a certain sense, or too polished. Even the quality requirement for uploads on Instagram or Instagram Reels, for instance, is higher, and therefore a lot of people, you know, can't sort of match up to that. Is that true?
Yeah, so even the filters, these creators might be facing some problem with the filters also. So in TikTok, there were different kind of filters, and in TikTok, the whole, you know, you can say there were challenges related to these people. There were things, and there were creators who were, you know, helping them, as Mahesh is saying, to, you know, their video was shared by other creators, and then so they were getting that kind of traction on TikTok. And now if we talk about Instagram, they're not getting, like, I know people who are having 1.1 million or 1.5 million followers on TikTok, and they're not having even 70,000 followers on Instagram, and they're not getting anything, and they were earning like 50,000 or 1 lakh rupees in a month that time, and now they're not even earning 20,000.
Well, the revenue setback, the revenue setback, I think, is a whole different conversation. But just speaking of following discrepancy, Anuj is with us, and Anuj is supremely talented. Anuj and his grandmother do tutoring, which is a form of finger art. They're now on Instagram, of course. But Anuj, आपके 8.4 million followers से ज़्यादा थे TikTok पे, और कुछ 40,000 followers हैं आपके Instagram पे. Am I right? ऐसा क्यों है?
ऐसा इसलिए मैम क्योंकि इंस्टाग्राम पे काफी ज्यादा टाइम लग गया आते आते, क्योंकि वहाँ पे रीच मिल चुकी थी। टिकटॉक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म था ना, वहाँ पे एक बार अगर रीच मिल जाती तो इंसान बढ़ता उठता हुआ चला जाता था। तो मैंने वहाँ 1-1.5 साल 2 साल वर्क किया, लेकिन उसके बाद में टिकटॉक पे जब भी मेरी ग्रोथ हुई तो मतलब काफी लंबे से होती चली गई थी। और इंस्टाग्राम पे ऐसा था, मैं ध्यान भी नहीं देता था, उस पे काफी बड़े बड़े सेलिब्रिटी लोग थे। और जब टिकटॉक गया उस टाइम ऐसा हुआ, मतलब जो टिकटॉकर्स यूजर्स थे उनकी अर्निंग आ रही थी तो वो बंद हो चुकी थी। और स्कूल भी मैं डांस टीचर हूँ, तो वहाँ पे डांस टीचर भी, वहाँ कोविड का टाइम था, वो भी बंद हो चुका था। और MX टकाटक, मतलब काफी एप्स आए, MX टकाटक है, रोसोप है और चिंगारी है काफी, लेकिन वो बात नहीं, उसमें क्वालिटी अच्छी नहीं, मतलब क्वालिटी है ऐसा नहीं, धीरे धीरे जब लेवल बढ़ता जाएगा क्वालिटी आ जाएगी। लेकिन टिकटॉक पे ऑन द वर्ल्ड पूरे दुनिया के लोग उसमें थे। इंडिया के लोगों को पसंद नहीं आया तो बाहर लोगों को पसंद आया, उससे रीच मिल जाती थी। कभी बाहर के लोगों को चीजें पसंद नहीं आई तो इंडिया के लोगों को पसंद आई। इससे जब रीच मिलती थी तो अकाउंट ऑटोमेटिक ऊपर चलता चला जाता था। और इंस्टाग्राम पे ऐसा है कि ऑलरेडी जो फेमस लोग हैं वो फेमस ही लोग हैं, जो ऊपर ग्रोथ हो रही है, जिसमें सेलिब्रिटी हैं, जितने सेलिब्रिटी हैं सब उन्हीं की ग्रोथ होती है, उनकी वीडियो वायरल होती है। हम छोटे यूजर्स अभी वहीं पे रह जाते हैं, इतना ज्यादा ग्रोथ नहीं देता है इंस्टाग्राम।
अनुज, आप सीतापुर से हैं, उत्तर प्रदेश में, कौन से एप्स अभी ज्यादा पॉपुलर हैं? क्योंकि we'll just put out that graphic on our screen on there are several apps like I said which have actually cloned TikTok. मौज है, टकाटक है, टिकी है, ये एप्स जो है इन्होंने टिकटॉक की जगह लेने की कोशिश करी है। बट क्या ये एप्स उतने पॉपुलर हो पाए हैं गांव में, छोटे एरियाज में?
मैम अभी तो पॉपुलर नहीं हो पाया, लेकिन आने वाले टाइम में शायद पॉपुलर हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि स्टार्टिंग हुई है इन एप्स की। मतलब स्टार्टिंग में जब टिकटॉक भी आया था तो इतना ग्रोथ नहीं थी, लेकिन धीरे धीरे 1-2 साल, 3 साल, 4 साल में काफी लंबे ऊपर तक गया, अपडेट होता चला गया।
Okay.
तो ये भी एप्स हैं तो अपडेट होते चले जाएंगे और एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा कि टिकटॉक की जगह शायद ले, बट वो पूरी दुनिया का टिकटॉक था, उसमें पूरी दुनिया के लोग थे। बट जो MX टकाटक है, चिंगारी और ये सारे ऐप्स है, इसमें सिर्फ इंडिया के लोग हैं। तो
अच्छा, मेरे को अनुज आखिरी में ये बताइए कि आपकी इनकम पे क्या फर्क पड़ा है?
इनकम मैम बहुत ज्यादा फर्क पड़ा। टिकटॉक मैं जैसे जॉब भी करता था, लेकिन जिसे साइड बिजनेस था मेरा। बिजनेस समझो या पैशन था, डांस करता था, वीडियो अपलोड करता था। 1.5 साल तक मैं लगातार वीडियो अपलोड का, वहां से अर्निंग नहीं थी। लेकिन उसके बाद जैसे ही फॉलोअर्स बढ़े तब मुझे पता चला टिकटॉक से अर्निंग भी होती है, तो टिकटॉक से काफी ज्यादा अर्न होने लगा। तो
there's been a dip in earnings, I think that's established, but Mamta is also with us। और ममता, आपकी बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी है, क्योंकि आप टिकटॉक पे तो स्टार थे, बट अब जो है आपको लिटरली एक जॉब मिली है टिकी ऐप के साथ। आप एक सैलरी पे हो टिकी ऐप के और ऐप पे, और आप उनके लिए एक्सक्लूसिवली कंटेंट बनाते हो।
जी जी।
कैसे चलता है ये?
वहाँ से मुझे ऑफर आया है टिकी ऐप से, और अभी मुझे लगभग 7 से 8 महीने हो गए वहाँ पर काम करते हुए। और वहाँ पर अभी मेरे फॉलोवर 6 लाख से ऊपर ही हैं।
तो ये कैसे चलता है? मतलब ये छोटे ऐप्स जो हैं आपको एक सैलरी देते हैं, एक फिक्स सैलरी देते हैं, और मतलब क्या वो सैलरी टिकटॉक से कंपेयर करती है कि टिकटॉक के टाइम पे बेटर इनकम था?
टिकटॉक के टाइम पर बस इतना था कि वहाँ पर हमारे फॉलोवर अच्छे बढ़ रहे थे, और काफी अच्छा ग्रो किया था हमारी आईडियो ने।
ओके।
अभी टिकी का ये है कि हमें वहाँ से सैलरी मिल रही है, और टिकटॉक पर ये था कि हमें दूसरे काम आना स्टार्ट हो गए थे। वहां पर प्रमोशन करने के पे भी आ रहे थे थोड़ा बहुत।
ओके, I want to lastly bring in Rahul into the conversation। राहुल, आप जो है बहुत सारे रूरल इन्फ्लुएंसर्स के साथ काम करते हैं। टिकटॉक को रिप्लेस सच में किसने किया है? क्या इंस्टाग्राम ने किया है, कि क्या बहुत सारे 6-7 अलग अलग एप्स आए हैं और उन्होंने टिकटॉक को रिप्लेस किया है? कैसे चलता है ये?
नहीं, अभी तक ऐसी कोई ऐप तो नहीं है ये जो टिकटॉक को रिप्लेस कर सके। जैसा कि अनुज ने बताया था कि टिकटॉक ओवरसीज था, और बाकी सारी ऐप्स हैं जैसे जो भी लोकल इंडिया के लिए है। सबसे पहले मैं सॉरी बोलूँगा, मैं मुंबई ट्रैफिक में फंसा हूँ, उस वजह से मैं प्रॉपर नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ।
आई थिंक आप इस वक्त ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं और आपका ऑडियो जो है वो अनफॉर्चुनेटली बिल्कुल भी क्लियर नहीं है, बट इट्स बीन अ प्लेजर टॉकिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू। ममता, महेश, अनुज, आई विश यू ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट। आप लोग बहुत टैलेंटेड हैं, हमने आपका टैलेंट जो है दिखाया है चैनल पर भी, एंड आई विश यू ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट। आप जिस भी ऐप के साथ एसोसिएटेड हो, आई होप कि आपके फॉलोअर्स बढ़े। आई नो इट्स नॉट एज मच एज टिकटॉक, बट ऑल द बेस्ट टू यू, एंड थैंक्स वेरी मच Varshib for putting all of this in perspective for us as well. Once again, I want to just leave you tonight with some of the fabulous work that Mamta, Anuj and Mahesh are doing.